While I'm very excited for the prospect of another Witcher game exploring the continent even further in beautiful, detailed world, an even more expansive map. And I'm also kind of excited to play as Ciri as the Witcher, but I also can't help but feel that they missed a massive opportunity here. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Like I said, I'm actually really excited. I mean, if you see my previous couple of videos, you'll realize that, I am actually very much looking forward to this game, and I'm going to be picking it up the day it releases, most definitely spending hundreds of hours in the continent as Ciri. But to be perfectly honest, at the same time, I do feel that they missed an opportunity here because Ciri is so much more. I mean, there's a couple of things that we can talk about. See, there's first the prospect of Ciri, which is her destiny, her magical abilities, who she is, her character overall in the world of The Witcher, in the books and the games. She has something that no other character or thing really has. She has unbelievably extraordinary magical abilities that surpasses any mage, any witcher, anyone really. She is the one. She is literally it. There's no one better than her in this world. Witchers, on the other hand, let's be honest, we love them, but in that society, they don't. I mean, they are literally treated about the same as the beasts which they're paid to hunt. Now, to reduce a character like Ciri, a princess, a queen, someone who can travel through dimensions, someone who can literally shatter the entire world if she wants to. Because remember, the fate of the world hangs in the balance when she is unhinged. And so to take that person and give her the role of a witcher, something that is far beneath her, let's be perfectly honest here, is a bit of a bummer. At the same time, yes, of course, we love Ciri. She's a very beloved character. We are familiar with her. So yeah, I wouldn't mind playing as her, but playing as her as a witcher? Yeah, that's a whole other story. And of course, there's the whole prospect of her being a girl and how witchers, traditional witchers at least, are not girls. They're only boys. Now, of course, I have shown from the text that isn't a fact, but rather something that people assume. In other words, when Geralt is explaining to Ciri why there are no girl witchers, he simply says that because people have never tried, because they're too afraid, and also they don't really care, so they don't want to try. Regardless, I think it is an opportunity missed, which is reducing Ciri to something or someone far lower than what she actually is. Now, the second prospect, which I think in terms of the game, I think is way bigger than the first prospect, which I think they really missed out on. A great opportunity there was, because if you've played The Witcher 3, then you know that Geralt was not going to make a comeback. He had sort of hung up the sword, let's just say, and he was going to enjoy his days of retirement. So, of course, if there was going to be a Witcher 4 game, Geralt was not going to be the main Witcher character. It was going to be someone else. Now, of course, there is a Witcher ending in The Witcher 3 as well, where Ciri becomes a witcher. So some would speculate that Ciri would be the witcher, but I personally would have liked to see a new witcher, meaning a new character entirely, a character which you build. So it's not a set character like Geralt or Ciri. It's a character that you can customize. It is your character. So you can make it a male or a female. You can change the way they look. You can change their name, basically giving you the opportunity to create a fresh new character, a custom character. So every single person who plays that game will have their own personal character, a custom witcher. That was, I think, something that I would have loved to see from CD Projekt Red, but they went with the Ciri option, which again, I have no issues with that. I just think that giving players the freedom of player choice and customization would have been so much better. I mean, it really brings, like, imagine you can create yourself as a witcher. I mean, it really engages the player a lot more, in my opinion, at least, than just giving them a pre-existing character, which is totally fine as well. We've played so many games that are absolutely brilliant where you're given a pre-existing character. The Witcher 3, 2, and 1, for example, examples of that as well as many other games. So that's not an issue at all. It's just that I think it would have been better if instead of getting, let's say, Ciri, who has already a set personality and powers and narrative trajectory, you're given a blank slate. A custom character empowers player to forge their own identity in the Witcher world, and of course you feel more connected. Not that you don't feel connected with Ciri or Geralt, but it would of course increase that a lot more, that immersion. Now of course that also then leads to the fact that Ciri has limitations. Like I said, there is an established lore, although they seem to be changing that a little bit with the fact that Ciri can now actually become a Witcher. Like I said, traditionally girls are not allowed to be Witchers. Now whether it is because they absolutely cannot become Witchers or they're simply not allowed is not really something that is explained, but that's how it is. So there are limitations on Ciri because she has a narrative trajectory, something that we already know. She has pre-existing powers, a set personality. Now those limitations all will be removed if you're given a custom player, because then there's no canon. I mean, it's you. You are the canon. So the canon constraints are removed and you're given a clean, like I said, a blank slate. I mean, what better than starting with a fresh characters? I mean, it avoids any narrative constraints. Of course, this would then allow you to pick a Witcher school as well, so you can then experience becoming a Witcher from a different school than the school that Geralt was at. You can then, of course, experience the process of creating a Witcher, Trial of the Grasses particularly, and the mutations that the Witchers have to go through. A custom character, of course, obviously gives you a new region as well. So you're not Geralt of Rivia, but a fan of whatever, right? Pick a region and now you can explore that region far more. So it basically gives you the freedom to explore fresh stories, schools, and cultures without being limited to Geralt or Ciri or any other characters, really, their narrative or their geography. And I think one of the most important things that you can really do with giving us a custom player is, of course, the replayability. I mean, if you can create a custom player, then you can have multiple origins and multiple background stories, and you can invest time in different things by creating different types of characters and personalities and giving them different powers and so on and so forth. So it really, like, not only is it good for the person playing, but it's good for the developers of the game as well, because now you have all of a sudden so much more long-term replayability and a personal connection with these characters, because the people will keep coming back to your game. Not that we didn't go back to The Witcher 3, but imagine that you could start the game all over, change aspects of the origins of the characters, and change the narrative a little bit. Now, of course, you could do that in The Witcher 3 as well. But again, of course, a custom player would do that so much more. Fan reaction, the whole criticism, the whole controversy could have been entirely avoided. No one can say anything. There are no confusions, no expectations, no backlash, basically. All the hardcore book fans or, previous game fans or whatever who are now upset that Ciri is a Witcher, all of that could have been avoided. All of that controversy could have been avoided. Because guess what? It's a brand new person. Whatever you write for them is it. No one can say this is wrong or right because it's a brand new character. And of course, having a new character then expands the Witcher legacy beyond Geralt or Ciri. I mean, there's so much potential in the Witcher universe, and introducing a new Witcher really allows the player to move beyond, way beyond Geralt and Ciri, while at the same time preserving their legacy, so they can still use Geralt and Ciri and have them influence the new protagonist, the new character, in many ways. Vizimir, all these legendary Witchers can still be there. Ciri can still be there. Like I said, Ciri is so important to this continent and beyond. Let's be honest, she can go through dimensions, so she's not just limited to this continent. She is way bigger and beyond everything that we know and that exists. She is literally the ultimate power in this universe. So you can still have Ciri and Geralt and Vizimir and Yennefer and all of these great characters just from a different perspective. So again, shifting to a new protagonist, a new Witcher, really allows the series to grow grow and evolve, and ensuring the Witcher franchise doesn't stagnate or become overly reliant on existing characters, which I think currently it absolutely is doing that. So yeah, man, that's really all I have to say. I mean, am I excited for The Witcher 4? Absolutely. Am I going to pick it up on the first day? Absolutely. Am I excited to play as Ciri? Sure, definitely. Would it have been way better if they had gone with a custom Witcher, given us the freedom to create our own player, increase the immersion through customization, and avoid creative limitations and narrative constraints that are tied to Ciri, allow deeper exploration of the Witcher world, schools and tradition, improve replayability with unique builds, origins and endings, expand the Witcher legacy, creating new stories and legends? Yeah, I mean, one sounds way better than the other, doesn't it? But yeah, that's just me. I mean, do let me know what your thoughts are. As I've mentioned, I've made so many videos so far, some in favor of Ciri, some against Ciri. I do not have any problem with Ciri. I just do think that there are limitations to Ciri, as many other people have pointed out as well. And those things could have very easily been avoided if they had just simply gone with a fresh new character, a custom character, really. But yeah, that's really it. My name's Afan. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay gaming, gamers.